Well, congratulations on the win. A massive increase in the majority as well of 5,675 votes. You must be happy.
Well, I'm, to be honest with you, I'm staggered. It's always a very close seat. No sitting member of the Senate of Llanelli has ever been re-elected, and not only was I re-elected, but with a tenfold increase in the majority. So it's more than I could ever have hoped for, and I'm just really grateful for everybody who's put their faith in me.
Do you put that down to a lot to do with the way Mark Drakeford's handled the pandemic and how Labour have been seen during the last 12 months?
I think it's a combination of things. I think that is probably the largest factor, because if you look at the vote across Wales, our majorities have gone up everywhere. We've had the most incredible result, really, one that we didn't foresee. It was the upper end of our expectations. So there's definitely a sense, and you've got it was palpable on the doorstep. People who are not traditional Labour voters saying, we really appreciated what Mark Drakeford has done to keep Wales safe. So that was a huge factor. But I also think, and maybe I'm deluding myself, but the hard work I've put in, Neil Griffiths has put in consistently, week in, week out, over 5 years, not just popping up at election times, is a factor too. And, organisation really matters. We worked very hard during the campaign. We spoke to over 6,000 people. We had dozens of volunteers. I was out every day from 9 in the morning till 7 at night, just knocking doors. So I think a combination of all those things accounts for the result.
You know that in politics it's often swings and roundabouts as well. What you gain on one, you lose on the other. The regionals tomorrow. Are you expecting to take a bit of a hit now, given that you've had this great result for the MS results?
Well, the regions are always a little unpredictable. But, at least one on the Midwest Wales, I think there's a very good chance we get 2. There's an outside chance we get 3. Because the voting actually was so strong. So we should know that either later tonight or in the morning. There's always a degree of, last time I think the regional list was decided by 300 votes. So, who knows, Alan, what's going to happen with that?
Adam Price has been quite vocal in his condemnation of Labour over the last 12 months, carping from the sidelines quite a lot about so many things. I mean, for people on the outside, lay people, it's hard for us to sort of quantify how then you might go into coalition should that come about. I don't know what the other options are, Conservatives or just the ragtag bunch that are left behind. I don't know. But that's something I guess Adam Price is also going to wake up tomorrow morning and some people might be questioning his role as the leader as well.
Well, I'll let that's a conversation for Plaid Cymru, not for me, really. I think it's a pretty good chance that we can govern by ourselves. Let's see where the numbers add up. Regardless of whether we govern by ourselves or not, I think it's really important that we reach out to those who are of a like mind, because devolution is under attack. The Tories are coming for devolution. And despite the static electricity that exists sometimes between us and Plaid Cymru, we need to focus not on what differs us, but what unites us. Because there are far more things that we agree on than we disagree on. And when devolution is under assault, it's more important than ever that we put up a common front.
Well, Plaid's mantra obviously have been independence to a certain extent. That hasn't worked. A lot of people still want to stay in the union. Mark Drakeford has said that's what he wants. He just wants greater powers for Wales, certainly with criminal justice, policing and so many other things. Are you going to be, as a Labour government now, quite actively campaigning and putting pressure on Westminster to do just that, to give you more powers?
We want a strong Wales and a successful union, and I think that today's result shows that most people agree with that. There is no doubt, though, the union is in peril. And the union isn't, an end in itself. The union exists to help out all parts of the country. That's the whole point of a union, to share and distribute. The weakest are helped by the strongest. That's what it's for. It's not a thing that is a good in itself. Now, unless it's doing that, then it doesn't deserve to survive. The Conservatives are doing their damnedest to drive people into the arms of the independent movement. by assaulting devolution and showing they disrespect and disregard the elected governments of Scotland and Wales. So the challenge is on the Conservatives. If they believe in the union, they're going to have to approach it in the spirit of equal partnership with the other parts. Otherwise, the union is in peril, and it'll be the Conservatives who kill it.
You've got quite a strong mandate now from the people of Llanelli to go out and, sort things out. The town has been in decline. We've had COVID-19 for the last 12 months. It's been very difficult for most people. What kind of hope can you offer them now that you've been re-elected?
Well, I think we've been, our manifesto doesn't promise the earth. It makes realistic, costed pledges that will make things better, but we know we can deliver. I don't have any direct powers over Llanelli. The local issues you talk about are things the council controls, and there are council elections next year, and people need to vote Labour in those so that we're able to have a greater say over the way Llanelli is run. At the moment, it's run by people in Carmarthen, who lots of people in Llanelli think are distant from them. We definitely, my power really locally is the power of convening, of bringing people together. We have a set of pledges around futures at town centres, which will help Llanelli. We've got lots of investment coming into Llanelli, to the 40 million Awel project down at Delta Lakes, to the new youth hostel building renovation, the Altalia building, the Buckley's Brewery regeneration. So there's a lot of good things going on already. We funded the council to develop a turnaround plan for the town. And I want to work with them to deliver that. I'm interested in working across party lines where we can and where they're willing to collaborate with me for the best of the town. But I don't have a magic wand, Alan.
No.
There are things that I can do, and I've been careful not to promise things I can't.
You must be, as I said, you sound very happy, and it's been a fantastic result for you. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm going to sleep. Well, it's my daughter's 13th birthday tomorrow, and she's made it very clear to me, because I've barely seen her for last month, that my priority tomorrow is her, and not politics. So I'm going to honour that pledge, at least.
Wonderful. Lee Waters, llongyfarchiadau mawr. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Have a great evening.